Hi, and welcome to ulaofthetea readings. My name is Lenore, and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. I was trying to get through it without being silly, but what can you do? It's a beautiful day. It's so sunny. I'm out here enjoying the breeze. So happy to be here with you. We're going to look at these tea leaves, see what they have to say. We have a tea. Obviously, you can see where's my pencil here. We have a tea right up here. Okay. And next to it, we have what looks like, I'm going to say the name Juno, Jenny, Juno possibly, or Jeny, something like this. Jenny, Juno, a J name for sure. Oh, hi, Mr. Wasp. Yeah, a wasp fly by right into my face. Had to come say hello. We've been friends for a couple weeks now. We have the number 72. The number 72. And I feel like we have this sense of, we have the bird here. We also have a bird here. This one looks more like a rooster. Probably, I would say, than a hen. We have like the little yippy dog. To me, I almost like get this scene that's almost like a, I don't know, like Wizard of Oz. Maybe it's the wind. I don't know. But you know, like the little Toto, the little terrier. I don't know what kind of dog it was, but the little dog and this kind of old Dust Bowl Depression era struggling farm, but still something that's like holding a group of people, a family together, right? And so I get this feeling of almost it's not ideal, right? Like the family dynamic is there, although, you know, all families have a little bit of trouble. But it's the conditions. It's the conditions. It's probably, I would say it has, a lot of it is financial, right? And opportunity. Not to completely mimic the setting of, you know, Wizard of Oz. But I feel like it's almost this kind of, here's the thing, when you grow up in a way that maybe can make you feel a little self-conscious, or maybe even feeling alienated, less than, you know, not only are you not keeping up, like you just have, you know, your family's never gonna be, you know, the richest or the most, you know, accomplished, or whatever, right? There's like a certain thing that happens, I think, and it's a little bit of shame maybe, and not for everybody, but you know, and I know that, you know, these my people, right? So there is a residue of there being a very faint underlying sense of knowing that, like, yeah, we're not exactly like everybody else, right? And maybe it is that you grew up in an area where you didn't even necessarily, you know, think of yourself there being a huge gap there between, you know, the upper middle class and everybody else. But because a lot of times, like, we grow up with people who are in the same kind of living situations, but then you go out, you know, you start to realize, you see There's definitely a difference here, you know, and that what that does to the psyche, I don't, you know, it's different for all of us, but there are, like, I like to call it like a residue. I don't know. You can just kind of sense a certain feeling on people and their energy sometimes, and this is what this brings me to. But it's so faint, right? And that's not even the, it's not the point of it all, but there is, I mean, I think it needs to be mentioned. The real thing here is that there's a lot of knowing and capability because of the circumstances, and there is pride in that, right? uh like being pushed into needing to learn a trade or something because, you know, you had to make some money, you have to help the family out. You know, nobody's gonna like buy you a car and send you away to college. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, this is real life, bro. You know? this is like, we got to figure it out. We got to figure something out, And, and I think that's the real thing here is this is the feeling that I get, that there is this, a sense of accomplishment, pride of, you know, despite whatever the greater circumstances are, like there's just a talent that runs in your family. It's not just you. I mean, you know, you're the best one, of course. Uh, but I think it's like, you know, there are other people in your family that are also very talented, you know, and very capable. And I think that it is something that makes you feel very good about who you are. And I love that. I love that. I love feeling this. I think this is something that the universe wants you to remember, you know, in these days that can feel very heavy, right? And can feel like there maybe is nowhere to go. Who knows? Like, what are we, you know? Who has any answers? I don't know. But in these moments, you know, in these moments of vast uncertainty, which P.S. is always, right? Is actually always. But when it feels more intense, right? We are forced to get into our own lives. You know, to really, really get into our own lives. Start really looking at it with clarity, right? Hopefully, anyways. And I think that's, you know, something that can be very confronting. It can really bum us out. I mean, I know it does for me sometimes. I mean, often, really. But then there's that, babe, you got to remember where you come from. Babe, you got to remember whose blood runs through your veins, like them or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you claim your family or not, right? They've been surviving and surviving and surviving and surviving for how many generations? Who knows? You know, you have that blood in you. You got that dog in you. Right? And yeah, our peoples, our ancestors, our elders, our guardian angels, babe. They're not gonna let us just toil in all of this. So this is your reminder. It's a reminder, you know, you come from not the best circumstances, but you have created. You continue to create. And you will create and create and create. And you'll destroy, of course. Please. Please do. But they get right back to creating. So, that's the first thing. And I don't know why I put this right where I did, the water. Because it balanced it out, but now I'm not going to keep reaching over like that. Not going to happen. Okay, so this is going to dry out really fast. So I'm going to So we have the number 8 right in here. We have a horse coming this way with a flower, the flower right in here. Okay, we also have what looks like maybe the name Erica, possibly right in here. Okay, we also have, it looks like a falcon. We have, I mean, it looks like a bird attacking something right here. So this is the bird coming down and getting on the back of this thing. We also have another, it looks like a horse. What is that? The horse? The horse is here. Is this a horse? I think it's actually like a young deer, maybe. So we have a sacred moment. We have a kind of rebirth happening. So I feel like there is somebody, and the horse, of course, is, this is the year of the fire horse, right? So definitely really, kind of potent, makes it very potent. This is the year that it is, really popping off. But I think it is somebody from the past. Okay, I think there's somebody from your past who there never was a romantic relationship with, but there was a kind of kindredness that felt very intimate. Like in a way that maybe you've never felt with anybody else. Right? And it almost does feel like a love affair, right? But it's an intimacy that is not any kind of realized amorous thing, right? It wasn't even necessarily like a physical or maybe not even like a local thing, right? And maybe it's like, we live on the internets now. Maybe it's somebody you met on the internets. You never even met them in real life. I don't know, but there seems to be this kind of like, I don't know, like a different kind of connection, okay, from the past. I don't think that you are currently actively involved with one another, like not one another's lives. I just don't think so. I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm forgetting I have my microphone on my shirt. And I'm trying to think here. I just keep feeling like this is a person that doesn't feel like a person. I'm like, it kind of like is throwing me off because I'm looking at them and I'm seeing this like almost like they're like a fae. Like it's like an other world. It's not that though. It's not like an elven prince or something, but like it's like a light being of some, I mean, but not in that way. Like it's different. I don't know. Like it's like a human, not human, humanoid thing. And I don't want to call you thing. I'm sorry. I don't know what to call it, or you, or yeah. It feels like when you knew them before, you didn't necessarily perceive them to be anything besides like a human being with a human ego and conscience or consciousness and conscious, hopefully. But this time around, and this time around, it feels like you're very aware that, like, okay, this is not, this might not even be a human being. This might not, this is like almost like it's like they're channeling some other frequency. You know what I mean? Like they're not on the human frequency, that's for sure. They dialed to 93. If I feel like you're gonna be very in love with um, this next encounter with them. If I feel like happy, giggly, just even like, you know, standing off to the side and like seeing, like, it's like when you see a couple that's like really in love, and maybe they've been together for a million years, maybe they're you know, newlyweds, maybe they're, you know, whatever, but it's like there's just something about seeing two people in an easy joy, you know? And I feel like seeing you come back together with this person, it's like your heart is full. The sun is like shining not upon you, but from you, right? And so this is going to be a year of a love affair. I don't think it's even necessarily romantic. I don't know that this is romance. This is like more like agape, right? This is like um, finding a piece of the beloved in a manifest being, right? Actualizing that work, that union, that alchemical wedding, right? The bonding, the binding, the mixing of the celestial, right? The solar, the lunar, and birthing the star. And so, I don't know, man, to see people like that, you don't see it a lot. I mean, very rarely, you know, and that's not to come down on like love or, you know, maybe these things happen in private or in different, whatever, you know what I mean? But like when you see it and you know it, oh, dude, it's intoxicating. You know, it doesn't have to have anything to do with it. You're just like brushing up against it, like, you know, two, what is it, boats in the night or what, like, whatever. Just like the essence of, yo, you know what I mean? That's like something to behold. Um, but I think, you know, you have an opportunity here. This door will open for you. And I think it is. It's somebody you know, it's somebody from the past. I think as you hear this, even though you're like, I can't think, there's maybe, you know, one or two people you're like, oh, maybe she's talking about them. Because I don't think that you perceive them as being like a spiritual entity, right? I mean, like everything is spiritual entities, but you know what I mean? We all know people and we're like, oh yeah, that's just the homie from down the way. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's just the dudes. And don't necessarily always perceive them as being, you know, these great workers of light or dark or anything in between. Just, you know, people. I don't know. Maybe is that one of the things I need to work on? Uh, but yeah, but then, you know, so I don't think that you necessarily like think, oh, this is a person that's like, you know, they're part of the Galactic Federation, fool. You know? I don't know. Maybe. If you know somebody famous like that, you can pass my name on to them. But I think, you know, in this re-emerging that they're going to do into your life, yeah, oh, it's a whole different deal. You're so much more perceptive now. That's the thing. You've been through like 5 lifetimes since the last time you saw this person. So, My goodness. The geese are geesing. I don't think, maybe you guys can hear them, maybe not, but they're having I call the little area, the little lake part of the lake I live by, the little, it's like the little Jerry Springer corner of geese. I mean, they are up at 3 in the morning. These geese, not ducks. I almost said ducks. The ducks are polite. The ducks do not bother anybody, and they're very cute, by the way. Some of them are scary looking, but the geese, they just go on and on. So, anyways, I forgot where we were. Yeah. Oh, re-emerging. They're going to show up, man. You guys are going to go through it. And you have a choice, of course. You might be like, dude, I'm out. Dude, I'm married. Dude, and maybe it's romantic. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm a stinking romantic. So everything's a little, everything has the opportunity to feel a little romantic to me. But maybe it's not. Maybe this is like that friend that you've really needed that can, like, you can talk to. You can actually just, say the thing. Here comes the airplane. The aeroplane. All right. Let's see. We have a woman. She feels maybe middle aged, somewhere in there. Confident and angry. Angry and confident. Not very confident. Angry though. Seemingly confident, not actually confident. Jealous, but not about things that most people, like the money or the house or the oh, mom always liked you more, like not this kind of stuff. But I don't know, what is it? I don't know. I'm not gonna call our friend out, our sister out, or whoever it is. What is it? I think because you've always just kind of been yourself. I think it's just, I keep hearing like, your honesty, your honesty, your honesty. I think it's really just that you have really tried to live a life, or maybe just by default, you're just somebody who does not put up with like all of the illusion of things. And you just have always kind of been who you are, and that's just what it is, and I feel like that's kind of where there's some kind of resentment for some reason. And I think that this. I don't know exactly what the dynamic is, but I almost feel like there's a lot of crying. There's a lot of crying. Privately, you can see the tears right in here, and it feels like almost like walled off in the room after a long day. Everybody's gone to sleep, the house is quiet, and there's just like the quiet tears, you know what I mean? Like those heartbreaking tears. Why? What's going on with her? What is happening here? It feels like something very serious, but this is a person that's not going to come to you. I mean, they just won't. You know that. But you're also a person that doesn't necessarily like to pry either. You don't, you live and let live, right? Is that what you say? But I think this one is going to need for you to kind of, be the one to be not, it's not like like pressuring or investigate, not like that, but like you need to pursue this. You need to be the one to pursue it. Okay, I think that's important. That's going to be in a real, like, it's going to be really important. And I do feel, I have to say, that it's somewhat time sensitive, you know. So don't keep putting it off. Okay. All right. So I think that's it. I think that is it. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys are well. It is really warm here. It's the next few days are going to be hot, hot, hot. I'm sitting in the sun. I feel baked from the sun. From the sun. And I've been doing so much yard work. Oh my gosh. We had that stomach flu. Everybody's getting better. Unfortunately, if you know Paul, my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot, he has been the last one to have it, and he's still struggling with the end of that. But, you know, prayers for him to be 100% in a few days, hopefully. Stinks feeling like that. It took me a minute, man. Over a week and a half or so. I'm starting to feel good though. And you know you're on mom talk now. You hit the back of the reading, and now we're doing mom talk. I'll just talk about all the, like, I know I am. Like, I will just talk I'm embarrassing. I am. All the stuff. So yeah, we've had that. The weather's been nice. I felt guilty because I couldn't do as much yard work as quickly as I wanted to. But I've been making good use of these days, and now I'm just full of all kinds of like ragweed stuff, and like I've been trying to commune with the black raspberry bushes. They have just gone wild, and trying to help them by getting some of the undergrowth out of there, and that just lit me up. So you can probably tell I started out sounding all right, I think, but you know, we're getting a little bit stuffy here now. So I thank you for sitting with me through it. And I don't know what else. Everything's just, life is scary, and we're trying to make our lives as beautiful as possible, as often as possible, and, you know, staying faithful to the work, and, you know, living in love, sending love, and being in love, and, you know, all that stuff. That's my little revolution. Now the winds come up. The wind agrees. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Let me know how you're doing. Put it in the comments. We'll talk later. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.